Have you ever wondered why some guys seem to effortlessly attract women, while others struggle despite being nice, smart, or even successful? It's not about how much money you make or how good you look. There's actually a science to getting the girl, and most people have no clue how it works. What if I told you that just by understanding a few psychological principles, you could completely change the way women see you? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stand out in any room and make women want to get to know you. But here's the deal, these are powerful strategies and they work, if you use them the right way. So, before we get into the good stuff, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Trust me, what you're about to learn is going to flip everything you thought you knew about attraction upside down. We're going to cover everything, from the secrets of scarcity to the psychological triggers that make you irresistible. And stay with me until the end, because the last lesson is something most guys never realize, and it could be the game changer you've been missing. 1. Scarcity principle. One of the most underrated psychological concepts when it comes to attraction is the scarcity principle. Simply put, people value things that are rare or hard to get. It's not just a marketing trick, it's wired into how we think and behave. The same principle applies to relationships. If you're always available, always trying to please, you lose that sense of rarity. Think of it like this, people tend to want what they can't easily have. This is why people chase limited edition sneakers or luxury cars. It's not always about the item itself, it's about the fact that it's hard to get. In relationships, if you make yourself too available, you're essentially removing any sense of mystery or challenge. The girl sees you as always being there, and while she might appreciate that at first, over time it makes you less intriguing. How do you change this? You don't have to play games or be rude, but you need to be comfortable with giving space and maintaining your own life. Don't always be the one who texts first or is constantly around. When you make yourself a bit more scarce, you instantly become more valuable in her eyes. She'll begin to see you as someone who has their own life, their own priorities, and that's attractive. 2. Gain-loss theory. Now, building on the idea of scarcity, let's dive into something called the gain-loss theory. This psychological principle explains why people are often more drawn to those who seem indifferent or even slightly negative at first, but then warm up over time. Studies have shown that when someone initially gives a neutral or even slightly negative impression and then shifts to being positive, it makes the person feel like they've earned your approval. This process creates a much stronger connection than someone who was overly positive from the start. Think about it like this. If a girl feels like she has to work a bit to win you over, she'll value your attention more. But don't confuse this with being rude or playing hard to get all the time. The key is to be genuine but not overly eager. Start off a bit more reserved, show interest, but don't be too quick to shower her with attention or compliments. Then, as she starts to get to know you, gradually let your positive side come out. This shift makes her feel like she's earned something special, and that's incredibly powerful when it comes to building attraction. But there's a fine line here. You don't want to come off as uninterested or aloof. Instead, use subtle cues like body language and tone of voice to convey that you're open but not overly available. This gradual change in behavior can make a girl feel like she's discovered something special about you, and that's exactly what keeps her intrigued. 3. Proximity matters. While being emotionally scarce can boost your value, proximity plays a huge role in building attraction. Simply put, you have to be around to be noticed. Studies have repeatedly shown that people form stronger connections with those they see regularly. The more often you're in someone's social or physical space, the more likely they are to develop a sense of familiarity and comfort with you. This is called the mere exposure effect. Now, don't get me wrong, proximity doesn't mean hovering around all the time. It's about being present without being overwhelming. If you're never around, you'll miss out on opportunities to connect, but if you're always in her face, it becomes too much. Strike a balance. For example, if you know she frequents a particular cafe or social event, showing up there casually can create a sense of shared space and routine. The key is to let her get used to seeing you without feeling like you're trying too hard. Frequency also matters. Someone you see for 10 minutes every day will feel more familiar than someone you only meet for an hour once a week. It's not about dominating her time, but creating small moments of interaction that build up over time. Just by being in the same environment often enough, you become a natural part of her social surroundings, which makes starting conversations and building rapport easier. But remember, proximity without some emotional distance won't work. You need to be around, but you also need to maintain that subtle sense of scarcity we talked about earlier. This combination of being physically near but emotionally a little distant is what creates intrigue and attraction. 4. The Ben Franklin effect. This might surprise you, but asking someone for small favors can actually make them like you more. It's called the Ben Franklin effect, and it's backed by psychology. The theory is simple. When someone does something for you, even a small favor, their brain rationalizes that they must like you since they're willing to help you. It might sound counterintuitive, but people who invest even small efforts in you are more likely to feel positively about you. So how do you use this to your advantage? Start small. Ask her for simple favors, something as easy as borrowing a pen, asking for advice on something trivial, or even requesting her opinion on a decision you're making. These tiny requests might seem insignificant, but they build a subtle connection. She'll start to associate helping you with positive feelings, and that's how attraction can grow. The key here is not to overdo it. You're not trying to make her your personal assistant. These should be small, casual requests that don't feel like a burden. A few simple asks can go a long way in strengthening the bond between you. Over time, as she invests more effort into helping you, she's subconsciously developing a stronger connection and positive feelings toward you. And remember, it's not about manipulation. This is a natural way to build rapport and create small moments of interaction. You're showing her that you value her input and that you're comfortable enough to ask for help, which can be a sign of trust and confidence. 5. Appearance and body language. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: how you carry yourself. It's not just about how you look, but how you present yourself to the world. While personality and confidence play massive roles in attraction, you can't ignore the importance of good grooming, posture, and body language. Studies show that people are naturally more attracted to those who take care of their appearance and project confidence through their body language. You don't need to be the most handsome guy in the room, but taking care of the basics can instantly make you more attractive. Good posture, clean clothing, and a well-groomed appearance tell the world, and the girl you're interested in, that you respect yourself. Confidence is reflected in how you stand, how you walk, and how you engage with others. Are your shoulders back? Are you making eye contact? A confident stance signals that you're comfortable in your own skin, and that's incredibly appealing. More importantly, your body language should be open and inviting. Avoid crossing your arms or slouching. Both of these make you seem closed off and unapproachable. Instead, aim for relaxed and open gestures. When you're talking to someone, face them directly and maintain natural eye contact. A warm smile and attentive posture can go a long way in making a strong first impression. The way you present yourself physically also ties into how you feel internally. When you look good, you feel good, and that confidence radiates outward. Attraction starts with how you carry yourself, and the great thing about this is that it's fully in your control. Taking a little extra time to pay attention to your appearance and body language can make a massive difference in how you're perceived. 6. First impressions and chemistry. First impressions are crucial, and in the world of attraction, nothing is more significant than that first moment of physical connection, usually the first kiss. Believe it or not, this initial interaction is a major test of chemistry and compatibility. It's not just a romantic moment, it's a biological exchange of cues that can either make or break the attraction. When you kiss someone, your brain is processing a lot more than just the sensation. It's picking up on taste, smell, and even chemical signals like pheromones. which play a big role in determining whether or not you're a match on a deeper biological level. A bad first kiss can sometimes kill the attraction, while a good one can solidify the connection. That's why it's so important to get this right. So how do you make sure that first kiss goes well? First, you need to understand that it's not just about technique, it's about timing and emotional build-up. Rushing into a kiss without the right connection beforehand can make it feel awkward or forced. Instead, focus on building rapport, creating a comfortable and relaxed environment, and paying attention to her body language. If she's leaning in, making eye contact, and seems comfortable around you, that's your cue. Also, don't underestimate the power of confidence in these moments. Confidence doesn't mean being aggressive, it means being sure of yourself and your intentions. When you go for the kiss, do it with certainty, not hesitation. Women can sense insecurity, and it can make the moment feel awkward. But if you're calm, collected, and respectful, the first kiss can be a powerful step toward deepening the attraction. 7. Luck and compatibility. Attraction is complex, and sometimes, despite everything you do right, there's one factor that's beyond your control: biological compatibility. No matter how well you follow the psychological principles we've talked about, there's an underlying component to attraction that comes down to genetics, specifically pheromones and MHC, major histocompatibility complex, molecules. Pheromones are chemical signals our bodies naturally release, and while they might be invisible, they play a huge role in determining physical attraction. Women, in particular, are highly sensitive to these cues, and they can influence how they perceive you on a biological level. If your pheromones are a good match for her genetic makeup, it can enhance attraction significantly. But even more important than pheromones are MHC molecules, which are part of our immune system. Research has shown that women tend to prefer the scent of men whose MHC molecules are different from their own. This is nature's way of ensuring genetic diversity, which is essential for the survival of future generations. So even if you're doing everything right, being scarce, building rapport, dressing well, there's always a chance that biology might play a role in whether or not the connection sticks. That's just part of the game. But here's the key takeaway. While luck and biology do play a role, they aren't everything. What you can control is how you present yourself, how you engage with others, and how you build those critical emotional and psychological connections. At the end of the day, attraction is a combination of science and chance. By following the strategies we've discussed, you put yourself in the best possible position to succeed, even if the final factor comes down to something as subtle as pheromones. Conclusion. So there you have it. The science behind getting the girl isn't as mysterious as it seems. It's about understanding the psychological triggers, presenting yourself confidently, and letting natural chemistry take its course. The key is to apply these principles without overthinking them. Be genuine, be confident, and don't forget that everyone's journey is different. Sometimes it's a matter of timing, proximity, and yes, even luck. But here's the important part. By following these steps, you've already set yourself apart from the crowd. You're not relying on games or gimmicks, but real, tried and true methods backed by science. So, go out there, put these lessons into action, and remember, it's about progress, not perfection. And if you found value in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay tuned, because there's plenty more to come on leveling up your life and relationships. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.